Hi guys, I'm Nikki,
And I'm John.
and we are the McNabb's. We're coming to you from our tiny homestead here in North Texas. And we just wanted to take this opportunity to introduce ourselves and tell you a little bit more about us and what we're doing here. I am an elementary school public educator, and John, you want to tell what
I'm
you
an
do?
aircraft mechanic working on PT6 engines in an overhaul shop, not at like an airport, but we have a small overhaul shop in Carrollton and we overhaul aircraft engines.
So no flight benefits, but still pretty cool. Um, we do a lot out here on our acre. But the biggest part of our day, I would say, is raising our four children. We have a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a very small little one. They keep us pretty busy, but we still try to keep some fun projects going on around the house. So, John, you want to share a little bit about what we're doing and who we are?
So we started out 3 years ago, 4 years ago,
Yeah, 4 years
four
ago
years
now.
ago now. And Nikki came in one day and said, "Hey, I think I want to get chickens." I said, "Okay. What are you thinking?" She said, "I don't know, like 4 or 5." And we started out with 6 because what's 4 or 5, right? And then chicken math kicked in. I think I counted the other day, and we have somewhere in the neighbor, including little 1 week old babies, somewhere in the neighborhood of 70
Chickens.
on this homestead right now. Um, we have 2 dogs that protect everything. One Great Pyrenees that is the real protector, and one that thinks he's a protector, but
He's getting on in
he's
years.
more of an alarm clock.
Yeah. What else do
We've
we have?
got a cat that lives inside. Probably never seen a mouse in his life.
The kids call him Uncle Fozzie because he's technically my mom's cat. She lives here with us as well on the homestead. You'll probably never see her because this is not her cup of tea, but maybe.
I might talk her into getting into a video with me in the garden one time. Um,
The
so
garden. Talk about the
we have
garden.
a fairly decent sized garden. This year we've just got jalapenos, bell peppers, squash, zucchini, a bunch of tomatoes, basil, oregano, lavender, and mint. When I say it like that, it sounds like a lot, but it's a lot of the same thing. So we're looking next year to see what we can expand into in the garden.
Did you say watermelon?
And watermelon. I forgot.
Watermelon.
And chili peppers.
The kids are really excited about watermelon.
We're hoping that it does very well for us this year because
Yeah.
the kids love watermelon.
Yeah. So a little bit about our background. I was born and raised here in North Texas. I am absolutely a city girl, so all of this is super new to me. John has been a redneck since birth, so I'll let him tell you that. But gosh, there's June bugs. Um, but yeah, I'm just kind of learning as we go, figuring out this whole homesteading thing. My current project is a pollinator paradise in the front yard because milkweed is super dangerous for chickens. So we'll see how that goes.
And in your pollinator garden, you have,
Milkweed, lavender, and lantana. Lantana more for the looks, but also it's a pretty good pollinating
and we
plant
will
as
add to that
well.
as we go, as we find new plants to go into that.
If it does well, we'll see.
It's not in the best sunny spot because we don't have a lot of sun spots in the front yard. As we go along this journey, we hope y'all will see that we have a lot of trees: oak trees, pecan trees,
Pine trees.
pine trees that need to come down, crepe myrtles, some Chinese flowering. I forget exactly what it's called, but it's some kind of Chinese flowering.
Beautiful, but this it's a very wooded lot, so that kind of is a struggle for us for planting. But tell them about your redneck life before meeting me, before I city side
So I
you.
grew up in a very small town. I graduated with a total of 96 kids. But growing up, we raised pigs for FFA. We raised sheep for FFA. We had steers for a while. My grandpa always had a cattle farm that we would raise cattle on. He had a pig farm for a while that we raised meat pigs on. We always had chickens around growing up, around my grandparents' house more than around ours. We lived in downtown, but we always had animals around. So I'm a animal lover. So we had a June bug break. This woman hates June bugs, which I don't blame her. June bugs are a weird creature. But anyway, so growing up, we had all the animals. And if she didn't live here, I would probably have 1,000 animals, as many as I could possibly and legally fit on our small homestead here. I would probably have. But we're just looking to grow our homestead, and we hope that y'all will come along the journey with us and see what we got going on.
Yeah, tell us like what y'all want to see, what you're interested in. We tend to banter sometimes, we've been told, so buckle up for that. We are super in love with each other. We didn't even tell them how we met.
We didn't.
Tell them. You want me to tell them? Who tells it
I
better?
showed up at a softball game.
Don't tell the shorts.
Okay. And I saw what was probably the most beautiful woman I had ever seen playing right field at a softball tournament. She was wearing Texas flag shorts, and so that probably helped. The star.
The problem is that they were too small.
Well, and the star was right on her butt cheek, and it caught my eye from a long ways away. And so I chased her down, would go walk her dog, and made her love me through her dog.
And he stole my koozie. I mean, that's a big part of the story. Because, like, I was not interested in loving him for a long time, and then
I stole her koozie, and she texted me and said, "Hey, what can I do to get my koozie back?" And I said, "Well..."
I don't even think it was a text. I didn't have your phone number.
It was a Facebook message. I said, "Well, how about dinner and a movie?"
I don't think I ever got that date, but after he stole the koozie, he stole my heart. So,
one thing we haven't talked about yet that is huge to us personally, and I wore my shirt on purpose. I don't know if y'all can read it. It says faith down the middle of it. We love our church. We love God more than our church.
Yeah, but most importantly, we just really love the Lord.
That's been the biggest thing to us in the most recent days, is we found a family within our church that loves us no matter what.
Well, I think we've seen God move so many times in our life and in our marriage and in our family and in so many places that it's such a blessing now to have a group of people that we can kind of share those moments with and share the joy of our Savior with. So, yeah.
So, comment below. Let us know if there's chicken content you would like to see or something in the garden you would like to see.
See me digging in the dirt.
I will post. I have already recorded, and I will post an update on what the garden kind of looks like right now, and then what I'm using to fertilize, what I'm feeding the chickens, those kind of things. I will update and post, and hope you guys will take a journey with us and just see what we got going on. And hopefully we can put out some content that is something y'all want to see.
Please subscribe so that you don't miss it, because it might be really hilarious.
And ring that notification bell.
I don't know what that means, but...
And hit that like button.
Thank you.